This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, that was a tough one to wrap up the road trip for the Red Sox Wednesday night in Houston with the loss in the finale against the Astros. The Red Sox just 2 wins and 4 losses in San Diego and Houston on this road trip. And a tough loss because at this point in the season, now 40 games left in the regular season, they're all tough losses. And the Red Sox also blowing a golden opportunity to pick up a game on the Toronto Blue Jays in the AL East as they fell at home to the Chicago Cubs. With that, we welcome you into our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer and national show host, ESPN Radio, Satellite Radio. I was on Lobster Lake in Maine when the Red Sox made a trade with the Seattle Mariners and acquired both Hendu, Dave Henderson, and Spike Owen in August of 1986. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Our Locked On Red Sox postcast also available on the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which you know is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Walker Buehler did not get off to a good start. In fact, a shaky start, giving up 2 runs in the first inning, then settled in nicely. Then gave up a 2-out walk and a 2-out home run. That made it 4-1, turned out to be the final. Walker Buehler has to be better in those situations. Struggles in the first inning, gives up 2 runs, cruising, and I'll have some thoughts on him in just a moment. Speaking of thoughts, we want to hear from you, our everydayers, our first-timers, known as the Royal Rooters. If you're with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel live, as we talk about the 4-1 loss, we do want to hear from you. We can also continue the Red Sox and baseball conversation. Follow me, hit me up on X, at Lennox on Baseball. Our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast presented by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create your account, use code Locked On MLB for $20 off on your first purchase.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Darn it. 2-4 road trip. Man, I wish they'd been able to take 2 out of 3 in this series with Alex Bregman on a homecoming to Houston, but you drop the opener, you put up 14 in game 2, and then you don't really do a whole heck of a lot offensively against Hunter Brown and the bullpen that's without Josh Hader, at least for a couple of weeks, maybe more. But the bullpen got the job done behind Brown on Wednesday night, 4-1 victory. And the Red Sox do go 4-2 on the season against the Houston Astros. It's quite possible, and First Nesson reference, Dave O'Brien mentioned it throughout the course of the series, Houston, Boston, could very well be destined to meet up postseason baseball in October. So Walker Buehler, shaky in the beginning, shows you what he's capable of because he really shut him down after the first inning. And then he ran into trouble in the 6th. He had retired 9 in a row and 15 of 16. 2 outs, bases empty in the 6th inning. By the way, no Carlos Correa in the lineup. Day off. Joe Espada says, hey, you know what? It's been a whirlwind here a little bit. We're going to give you the off day in the finale. Okay. So you walk Caratini with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Now, he's got a little pop in his bat, and he can hurt you a little bit, but you issue a walk in that situation. And then Yainer Diaz, who had an RBI single to make it 2-0 in the first inning, delivers with a 2-run home run. That's your at-bat of the night. Because in the 9th inning, you got 2 on, nobody out, and you don't score. We'll touch on that in a moment. But boy, oh boy, a big difference, we know. We've done the math before. Down 2-1, down 4-1. And you brought the tying run to the plate 3 times in the 9th inning against Abreu, but you couldn't get anything done. Yoshida, a base hit. Gonzalez, a base hit. Abreu, and that, I give Diaz the at-bat of the night against Walker Buehler to make it a 4-1 game. But when Abreu popped up to the shortstop for the first out of the inning, you're just thinking, no, it's not going to happen. Rafaela down 0-2 in the count, struck out. Rob Refsnyder pinch hitting for Connor Wong, struck out. Ball game over. And they just kept you in it. They just wanted you to believe that it was coming through. Now, if Refsnyder reaches there, you're thinking Roman Anthony, rough night at the plate, 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Give him a chance. But it was Anthony who struck out to end the game on Monday night with Bregman on deck and what turned out to be a 1-run loss. This one you lose 4-1. And Hunter Brown was solid. He's one of the top pitchers in baseball. Certainly one of the top pitchers in the American League. No decision at Fenway a few weeks back, picks up the win on Wednesday night. But there were opportunities. 6th inning, Duran a walk, moved to second on a ground out, or actually moved to third on a ground out, was at second on the balk, and then they thought they had another balk, and Alex Cora, slip of the tongue there. Alex Cora ejected in the 7th inning. 5th time he's been ejected this year. But Duran in the 6th inning against Brown left at third base. Red Sox were 1 for 7 against Brown with runners in scoring position. So they had their opportunities, just not able to capitalize. Rafaela did in the 2nd on a 2-out RBI base hit, and that was a big run. I thought, okay, get Brown, work his pitch count, but he ends up going into the 7th inning. But that was a nice comeback by the Red Sox in that 2nd inning. After Buehler had given up 2 runs in the top of the inning, Rafaela, 2-out base hit, got the knock, stole a base. Wong struck out. He was left stranded. But it was a 2-1 ball game going to the bottom of the 2nd. And Buehler, until the 6th inning, pitched very well. Pitched to contact, but 4 walks total. And that 2-out walk in the 6th inning really came back to bite him and the Red Sox as well. So 2-4 on the trip. 40 games left in the regular season, and you blow a golden opportunity to pull to within 3.5 of the Toronto Blue Jays. They wrap up their series against the Cubs on Thursday. Red Sox have a off day on Thursday. You want to call it a much-deserved off day? If you want to, you can. I'm not gonna. 5-game homestand. You've won 7 straight series at home at Fenway. That needs to continue. You dropped 2 series in a row after winning 4 in a row. Now you need to go home, take at least 2 out of 3 from the Marlins, and it's a brief 2-game series against the Orioles Monday and Tuesday of next week. You know what? Win both of those games. Go 4-1 against Miami and Baltimore. Tall order? No, not at this point in the season. You need to go home, and you need to continue to play winning baseball the way you have. Plain and simple. That's about it. It sums it up for the Red Sox. And, you got Giolito, Bello, and Crochet. All 3 of those guys have something in common. They all want to go take them out this weekend against the Marlins, pitching better than the last time out. Mentioned it Tuesday night. You think Crochet's not ready to go? He'd start right now at Fenway if you put him on the mound. But again, an off day Thursday, 3 in a row. And you've got Crochet in the finale, Giolito and Bello in front of them. And those guys need to get back on track. Little bumps in the road in San Diego, just get back on track. Crochet had the bump in the road. You can certainly say, it's not even really point to argue it. It really was. And he said, worst start in a Red Sox uniform that Monday against the Astros, and you almost came back and won that game. But go home and have a winning homestand. And really, at this point in the season, 40 left. The sprint for me is on. You've got less than 7 weeks to go in the regular season. It'll be 6 weeks as of Monday. Regular season wraps up on Sunday, September 28th. So 40 to go. 20 at home, 20 on the road. You've got an 8-game road trip coming up. New York and Baltimore against the Yankees and against the Orioles. And you need a winning trip there. You can't just split it. You can't go 4-4. I think you want 5-3 at the best. You're starting to get into that mode, and they haven't been a winning team on the road in quite a while. But you're getting into that mode now where you've got to basically say you got to go for broke and you got to hope for the best. And the expectations have to be high. I'm done. Now we're going to hear from you, our Royal Rooters. Locked On Red Sox postcast. Not much going on offensively for the Red Sox. I mentioned Roman Anthony, 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Anthony Bregman Duran doing nothing. Duran walked once against Hunter Brown. That was it. He struck out twice in the game. And then 8 hits total, 2 of those hits coming in the 9th inning by Yoshida and Romy Gonzalez. But the Red Sox fall on this one, and now it's home for 5 against Miami. Got to 500. They were one of the hottest teams in baseball. They have fallen off a little bit. So 3, and you get Sandy Alcantara in game 1 for the Marlins. He's beatable. He's hittable right now. He's not where he's been in the past. So go get him, set the series, set the tone for the series, win game 1, return from a 2-4 road trip through San Diego and Houston, and take game 1 Friday night at Fenway Park. I'm guessing it's going to be a sellout. I'm guessing it's going to be a raucous crowd at Fenway Friday night. It should be. It's go time for everyone across the board. The sprint is on to the finish. Enough cliches there? Yes, indeed. Locked On Red Sox postcast. Glad you're with us, and we hear from you next. And our Locked On Red Sox postcast is presented by OpenPhone. Hey, if you're running a business, you know that every missed call is money left on the table. Think about the last time you had a service emergency, a burst pipe. If the first plumber didn't answer, did you wait for them to call back? No, you moved on and called the next one. That's why having a reliable business line is so important. And that's why you need OpenPhone. OpenPhone is the #1 business phone system that helps you basically streamline and scale customer communication, all from one app on your phone or on your computer. Did you or do you juggle 2 phone lines just to keep business and personal calls separate? Well, OpenPhone can solve that instantly. Your whole team can share one number and respond to customers like a shared inbox. No more around the office of, hey, who's handling this? And the AI agent handles after-hours calls, answers common questions, and captures leads so you'll never miss a customer again. OpenPhone is offering Locked On Red Sox postcast listeners 20% off on your first 6 months at openphone.com/LockedOnMLB. That's OPENPHONE.com/LockedOnMLB. And if you have an existing number with another service, OpenPhone will port them over at no extra charge. OpenPhone, no missed calls, no missed opportunities. Locked On Red Sox postcast also presented by Game Time. Hey, we've all been there. Logging on early, waiting forever for concert tickets to go on sale, only to lose your spot for a show you've been dying to see. Live music should be about making memories, not dealing with the stress of ticket shopping. That's where Game Time comes in. Game Time makes getting concert tickets faster and easier than ever. Prices actually drop as you get closer to showtime, and you can save up to 60% off with their killer last-minute deals. Tired of endless scrolling, trying to find the best deal? Game Time Zone Deals pick the best seats in your section for you. The app shows you a panoramic seat view, so there are no surprises. You're actually almost basically going to be able to sit in your seat, understand where you're at, to look at the stage before you hit the purchase button and buy those tickets. With Game Time, the price you see is the price you pay. No hidden fees. Plans change? Well, the Game Time guarantee has your back with cancellation protection and more. Take the guesswork out of buying concert and show tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off on your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right, just a couple of numbers of the night. We don't have many here tonight. But the Red Sox, again, 2-4 on the trip, go 4-2 this season against the Astros. Red Sox have lost 2 straight series after winning 4 in a row, and now they return home to Fenway, where they've won 7 straight series. Alex Cora ejected for the 5th time this season. Giolito, Bayo, Crochet lined up for the upcoming Miami Marlins series at Fenway Park. To the comments we go. Right now, who is our leadoff hitter on this Wednesday night? It is Emily. Emily Talks Sox. I believe that's new. And Emily, I believe you're now following on the X. I appreciate that as well. I will give a follow back at Lennox on Baseball, but I believe that's new. So Emily Talks Sox. I can't believe he swung on ball 4. That would have loaded it up for Anthony. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, he threw 5 straight sliders in the at-bat against Gonzalez, and then he came back against Abreu and had that fastball at 99, 100 miles an hour. Kevin Millar and Lou Merlone were alluding to that. He just kind of opened up a little bit there. I mean, that swing didn't look like he was going to be driving the ball. But, yeah, I mean, you had it right there. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Roman Anthony coming to the plate did not happen. Emily Talks Sox again. Is that how you wanted, Emily? Give me a thumbs up. Had he not swung and Anthony came through, we could have won it if we held them at bat, which I know we could have. Hey, and Emily, bring up a good point there, because I looked it up before just coming on, and I actually have Aroldis Chapman and his baseball reference page up. Aroldis Chapman pitched in a loss against San Diego. He pitched only once on this road trip. Do you start seeing Chapman possibly coming in, getting the final out or 2 in the 8th inning, and then working the 9th inning here? because, again, it's go time. 40 games left in the regular season. Alex Cora has used his pitchers a little bit differently of late. Could you possibly see Aroldis Chapman called upon to get 4 or 5 outs in a save situation? And again, I bring that up because he hasn't pitched a whole heck of a lot of late. Blowout victories on this road trip. Last Friday in San Diego, and Tuesday night against the Astros where he put up 14 runs. So we'll see on that one. But, yeah, that was a tough way to go down, especially first and second, nobody out. And again, first and second, nobody out, top of the ninth inning, 2-1 ball game, a whole heck of a lot different in terms of all the options that Alex Cora could have had. Instead, it's first and second, nobody out, top of the ninth inning, and down 3 runs. You had the tying run at the plate for 3 straight batters and could not come through against Abreu, who did get the job done. Logan, if we want to be a playoff team, I think the Red Sox are going to be a playoff team. We have to fix our bullpen. This team is so frustrating. I don't know what to say. Small details matter in baseball. Agree, Logan, with that last part. But it was your starting pitcher who gave up a 2-out walk and a 2-out home run, Walker Buehler, to Yainer Diaz in the 6th inning. You used just 2 pitchers in this game. Matz and Weiser both got the job done. They kept it at a 3-run deficit. And Buehler was cruising until he wasn't. Shaky start, rough finish. 2-out walk to Caratini. You're going to go to bed tonight. You may wake up in cold sweats thinking about that 2-out walk that led to the 2-out home run to make it a 4-1 ball game. That just irritated me. And there are going to be guys on the plane ride home from Houston to Boston who are going to be thinking about that. And Buehler certainly should be one of them. How he started and how he was cruising through 5 innings and got the first 2 batters in the 6th inning, but then he leads you to frustration. Because, again, at this time of the year, and he didn't need to be pulled after 5. You second-guess Alex Cora, but I don't agree with it. He was called upon to get through 6 innings. He was cruising right along until he wasn't. And that's bothersome. Baconator Sr., Walker gonna make me lose all my hair. Right there with you. Andrew the Goat, pathetic performance tonight by the Red Sox. Emily Talk Sox. When Buehler makes a mistake, he makes a massive mistake, like walking them and then letting go homers. 100%. That's what I've been right on there. Logan, send Walker to AAA where he belongs. If memory serves, Walker Buehler got the final out of the 2024 World Series pitching for the Dodgers against the Yankees. Lou Merlone said it. This guy pitches in big situations. That was a big situation. You need to get out of that inning. I don't even know if anyone was up in that 6th inning. They might have just been stirring around. But the 2-out walk, that was a red flag. Because you're thinking, oh, boy, here we go. And, oh, boy, 2-1 ball game, 4-1, 1 swing of the bat. So Buehler's not going to AAA, Logan. And I can give you 21 million reasons why. I think it's actually above 21 million reasons why. That's what he's making this season. Emily, he's too up and down. Or I'm going to need blood pressure meds every time he pitches. Yeah, that's where we're at. Good news, bad news? Yeah, we're going to let him in here for a moment. 99/22. Starts with a bro. All right. 99/22. You always know you're on double secret probation here with that Yankee logo there. Red Sox fans are so delusional. They told me that they were to beat Hunter Brown at home. Not an easy one to do. Hunter Brown is just different breed at home. 99/22. I can agree with that. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball and fun to watch. Not going up against your team. Sam, 2-4 on the road trip. Actually, against quality teams is okay. Back home now. Yes and no. Yes and no. 99/22. I'll give you one more. Quality teams or playoff teams. Quality teams or playoff teams. Not sure what you mean by that. Logan, how's Anthony Volpe? Oh, here we go. Logan, you took the bait. How's Anthony Volpe doing with the Yankees fan? Logan, you took the bait. Allie Bats, not a well-earned day off tomorrow. Thank you, Allie. I'm glad you said it because I'm certainly leaning in that direction. Jan, bummer of a game, 100%. We're scrolling. Emily, frustrating to mop the floor with a team, then lose like this. Avoidable losses. Yes. I wasn't even really impressed with Brown tonight. He had trouble finding the plate quite a bit. Yeah, but again, a quality pitcher like that gets out of jams. I think they were 1 for 7 against Brown with runners in scoring position. That's a guy who bared down and got out of innings. And he left Duran at third in that one inning when the Red Sox thought he had balked for the second time. Had served, asked. Yeah, Emily, so I just changed. Okay. So Emily Talks Sox. That's what we'll go with. Found me one on Facebooks. Makes things weird. Made things weird. All right, Emily. Walking Caratina. Teeny baffles me. It certainly does. Andrew the Goat, you're closing us out. Talk about a trash game by the Red Sox tonight. That from Andrew the Goat. Had opportunities, missed opportunities. And the biggest opportunity of the night that you missed out on was closing the gap on the Blue Jays in the AL East. I still think the division is winnable. You're home for 5. Then you're back out on the road. But this needs to be, again, you're going to have 35 left going into an off day next Wednesday with the 5 coming up against the Marlins and the Orioles. This has got to be 4-1. It's got to be 4-1. And Dave O'Brien, to close out here, was talking about sort of projecting out 40 games left in the regular season. You still need 24 wins to get to 90. I think that's doable. Can you go 24-16 the rest of the way? That would be 8 over. And I said this a while back, and I'm not one of these guys who's very good with math, so I really have to pay attention to it. You're 66 and 56 now. 40 games left. 24-16 the rest of the way. That puts you at 18 over for the season. And that should be right there in contention for the AL East division. And you go from there. Now, are you going to be in that wild card round anyway? Possibly, with the Tigers and even the Astros. I mean, this was big. If you handed the Astros a loss and they're in first place in the AL West come late September, that's kind of seeding right now. And I hate using seeding for Major League Baseball postseason, but that's what it is. So, and if you do win the division and you're that, you've got the third best record as a division winner. I hope I'm not confusing myself or you here. But then you've got the 3 at home. And then I will say right here, right now, I like the Red Sox odds. I still like the Red Sox odds with Garrett Crochet going into game 1. I really do. Hey, off day. And then back at it. Latest episode of the Locked On Red Sox postcast comes Friday within minutes of the final out. Game 1 of the 3-game series against the Miami Marlins. You need to take 2 out of 3. I'd love to see up 2-0 going into Sunday and Garrett Crochet on the mound. Enjoy your deserved off day from me. Red Sox just have an off day. You have a deserved off day from me on Thursday. Wink, wink. Allie Bats gets that from me now, and I do appreciate it as well. Little humor. So again, Friday night, first of 3 against the Marlins, on within minutes of the final out with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. As always, we want to acknowledge our sponsors, tip of the cap as we acknowledge Game Time and Open Phone. We tip our cap to you as well. The Royal Rooters on board with us with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. We do appreciate you and your help in making this the number 1 place to hang out immediately after every Red Sox game. Locked On Sports, your team. Your Red Sox coming off a 2-4 road trip every day.